Have you met Laura Coburn, the librarian?
No.
Oh,
Let's
please
go
come
meet.
meet her. She's fabulous.
So this was twice the size.
Yeah, we used to have books over in this area, but in order to set up our computer lab, which is a beautiful space,
Yeah.
we needed to remove all the bookshelves and all the books that used to be housed over there.
I see.
So Laura, I
Hi,
don't know
Laura.
if you know Gina.
I have not met him.
No, how are you? It's
Very
good to
nice
meet
to meet
ya.
you. I'd shake your hand, but your hands are full.
Hands are lefty. So
Yeah, I've been here for 6 years, but before I even got here, they had to get rid of all of the shelving over there to add the computer lab.
right, there's only so much room, and there she is,
Jeannie.
Janie, the computer lady.
So
How are
we
you?
are very, very crowded over in this area. I mean, I have books up on top of the shelves and books on the bottom shelves.
Well,
that shouldn't be
okay,
there.
but computers are taking over for books. Why do we need more books?
Oh, you will never.
I mean, I have to ask
Yeah,
you that.
Right, and you will never replace books. There's something about having a book, a physical book in your hand, and sitting down. It's very hard to curl up with a laptop or curl up with an iPad.
Right.
You need to curl up with a good book, and kids still love books. Fifth graders love picture books. It's just, there's definitely a market for ebooks, but I don't see them ever replacing printed book.
Laura, do you want to talk about how hard it is for you to keep the library fresh with all the new books that are published each year? And then where do you find the spot?
Well, that's exactly what I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Because I have very limited space. Would I love to be able to get this back? Absolutely. Janie saw me on Friday going through all of my biographies because I only have a finite amount of space and I have to weed to make them more relevant. And you can see the books now, the chapter books are up on top of the shelves because I don't have any other place to put them. So I'm actually getting rid of the videotapes, which is an older format, and taking the videotapes that are used and changing them over to DVD.
Right, right.
So that's going to take up a lot less space. And then I can rearrange some of the library, but I still need more space.
And didn't you have to also get rid of some of the staff resources because we just didn't have
Oh,
enough
yeah.
space
They
down
ended
here?
up in the reading room.
Right.
So, yeah, it's...
Now,
We could
Janie, would you like to see a different space for yourself? for
I
this?
love working with Laura Coburn. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, we have over 700 students, and we need desperately to have more lab space available for them. And the community's been really generous, and we have a great lab down here. But with 700 kids and one computer teacher, they only get a finite amount of instruction in technology. And we just need more. We need the space. We need more teachers to fill that space.
Yeah.
We desperately need to have some way so that kids just can have more time
Access.
in the library, in computer lab. When I first started teaching here, we had 350 kids. And that was an amazing time. We had lots of space to spread out in. There were small groups going on all over the place. When you have so many people in a building this size, just the organization because there are so many people in this one building, the way you organize the whole school day has to take that into account. And with smaller groups of people working together, if we could take this building and divide it into two different buildings, people could collaborate in a much easier way. I think it would actually change instruction for the better for the kids, and I think the kids will be the ultimate winners. And they're only in elementary school once,
Yeah.
and
Well, the
now
Boys
is
and
our
Girls Club
chance.
is growing. We
It
had
is,
to
it's
make the
great.
Boys and
Yep.
Girls Club bigger.
And the hospital, and the fire department, and the police
Right.
department,
And
and
the
it's
grocery
all
store.
important. Even the grocery store, yeah. So it's all important. We just
growing island.
reflect
Yeah.
what's going on island-wide.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
I've been a volunteer since my daughter was in kindergarten. She's a junior now.
In high school, yeah.
Yeah,
great.
so what's that?
Gee,
11 years?
wow.
Yeah.
Why do you keep doing it?
I think because I love kids, and I think that I had an epiphany in my life. A close friend of mine passed away, and I wasn't doing anything at the time. And before he passed, he said, give a little, you get back a lot. And you don't have it, until you volunteer, you don't know what that means until you walk out of a building, whether it's children, whether it's elderly, and you walk away and you just get this undescribable feeling that I never had before until I started volunteering. And it was almost like a drug, you know what I mean? You wanted to do more and more and more, but be very careful. Don't overextend yourselves, because the more people see you volunteer, the more they're going to ask. You just have to pick and choose, and my choice was to help out here at the elementary school.
What do you do?
I do anything except for math. That's not my specialty. I'm more of like a one-on-one, like a groups of 3 or less is more what I like to work with. It's more social.
Yeah.
Do some reading.
Yeah.
Do some writing.
How often are you here?
This is beginning of the year right now. What is it? The 20th of October. Right now I'm here twice a week. I always try to work in my son's class, and then I will work in any other. Some teachers ask me to help, and I don't mind. I don't mind helping, because, like I said, my job. I'm very fortunate to have 2 partners who see that it matters to me, and it matters to them too. And so I usually try to get to elementary school about 3 days a week, and it's only 3 hours a week. So if you're thinking of volunteering here, it doesn't have to ruin your whole day, and they're very, very flexible on the needs of you and what they need.
So in 16 years or however many years you've been doing this, you've seen this school increase in size.
Well, I haven't seen the school itself increase in
Well,
size.
I meant the
Yeah, I mean,
amount
when
of
Katie
kids.
was going here as a kindergartner, there were no, outside classrooms what they have out there right now, and the school seemed huge. I mean, it seemed almost not vacant, but it really you didn't notice it. It didn't feel confined. There weren't 27 students in a classroom or 25 kids in a classroom. But volunteering here for as long as I have, I can. It's a stretch, and it's a stretch, and it's stressful for the teachers, because they know the confinement it is, and you want to have these open, free-flowing classrooms and things like that, and if you don't have the space, you can't really pull that off, can you?
Right. Well, you must be excited about the Boys and Girls Club expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's when you think about it, it's not just.
I mean, they expanded for a reason.
Yeah, because they had to.
And I mean, you would think that the school would have expanded before the Boys and
Well,
Girls
the thing
Club.
about the club and the school is different. A lot of those donations from the Boys and Girls Club
I know.
are privately raised.
That's right.
Whereas the schools might have to go through the town to get money. But I'm thinking that if we're building a new Stop and Shop, shouldn't we have built a new school? I mean, and like some of the other people have probably already told you, you've seen expansions just booming across the island. But I mean, it starts here. I mean, it really truly does. I mean, these are the kids that, someday are going to be changing the laws out here, hopefully, or in the country, whoever. But it starts with education. Every single thing starts with education. It doesn't start with athletics. It doesn't start with anything else. It starts in the classroom. And I think that these teachers would do a better job if they had more space to do their job. That's what I think.